There's not a lot of unity.
Social media plays a lot into kind of divisiveness.
Families are being more divided.
We could be more unified, but we're so divided. I feel like everybody just has their own opinions and judgments on what's right and what's wrong.
The more divisive something is, the more clicks it gets.
People are constantly choosing their side over another and thinking that one is right and wrong.
They're listening to talk more than they're listening to understand and to want to make a difference for not just like themselves or a certain group of people, but for everyone.
A lot of separation from different sides. There's no middle ground.
I don't think that is good.
There's not a love and understanding and being willing to like accept others or just be able to see their differences.
I think there's some divisiveness on social media between just men and women.
I wouldn't say persecution, but definitely different feelings towards those who have more traditional values. I would say
They're trying to make it so that it's the mom and the sisters versus the brother and the dad.
I think that the differences in opinion helps us to become better and to grow. So I do think that it's affecting us negatively.
I think that can have a really negative impact because people don't realize that it's your family is the team against the rest of the world.
As humans, we're so opinionated, and that's just how we are. And so it's like, well, if you don't, you think the same way I do, I don't want to be with you because, I think what you think is wrong, and I believe I was right. And
coming from Southern California, there's a lot of differing, I'd say more progressive laws that are making it more difficult for families and traditional values, religion to exist and thrive despite, good that comes from it.
People aren't as willing to listen and to make friendships with those who don't agree with them.
we're just trying to like take down other people and have them have a bad reputation, which I don't know. Why are we doing that? We shouldn't be doing that.
Taking a person or a group and turning it through rhetoric into something that people want to unite against.
And or to even fight against anybody who believes differently, has different values.
I feel like it kind of goes hand in hand with stereotyping, kind of like saying things about like a certain group of people just, I don't know, so they feel bad about themselves and other people like get to them and can bring them down.
And therefore will instantly try to turn the person into a villain.
You got these, social media mobs, cancel culture, stuff like that.
I don't even know what they win in doing that.
It's just difficult to, have that freedom of speech that I feel like the founding fathers intended if everybody is just angry.
And white people are kind of the cause of a lot of the nation's problems, especially white men who grow up hearing that they're the villains the whole time.
I feel like I've been stereotyped, and maybe because from these stereotypes, things have been said about me or like my culture, who I am, that's like doesn't make me feel good. And like I don't get what the point of it is or like what the other person's winning from it.
There's been several times where I've like learned information about someone, and then once I actually got to know them and talk to them, I was like, oh, that wasn't right at all.
When I came up to him, he was there to attack any way, shape, or form who I was as an individual, and told me that I was a horrible person. I didn't know the individual. This was the first time meeting him. I remember that instance really changed my understanding and perception of what it meant to really be vilified.
Well, that's how our country was founded. A few people who, wanted independence from what, the rulers were dictating.
One person, group of people, they can impact their families, and then the more people, that kind of a ripple effect,
Everyone's always saying how, the world should be a better place and they wish things were different, but I feel like not a lot of people are actually trying. and willing to help for that to happen. So
Really, it just takes one individual saying hi or hello to really continue to pass that light on to other people.
It might start out small, it might not seem like it's making that big of a difference, but I do think that it makes difference. And even if it's just in a couple people's lives, I think that that's worth it in of itself.
I feel like we just have to like listen and just give things a shot, because we'll never know if we don't try.
Diversity without unity is just it's just separation.
Everyone has their own opinions and differences on certain aspects, and even though I don't think the same way you do, that's okay. You're still a person. I may agree with you, but I'm not gonna, hate you, shun you, try and hurt you, things of that nature.
We're all, essentially brothers and sisters. So there really should be, one culture that should unify us.
We shouldn't all be the same, but it's like, it's good for us to be different, but also, I don't know, just like united and together and understanding.
Newer policies or newer beliefs that are separating us from that core belief that we're all essentially the same, create these differences.
That the best way is just to try to keep an open perspective. If you hear or see something and you don't really have much background on the person or the situation, just kind of give them the benefit of the doubt. Realize that maybe you don't have the full story or you don't understand who that person is, where they're coming from. Hold off on making those assumptions until you get to know that person or have the bigger story.
There is a difference between like making an assumption and then just judging them in a bad way.
What I do is I actually try to go out of my way to be able to actually understand where they're coming from and to completely see it from their perspective.
Truly being curious and wanting to talk to them, to get to know them, or what they're doing and what they're about, to learn and have that knowledge for yourself.